If you really think about oil and gas, it's quite simple. You put money into the ground and you get money out. But if the time period between when you put it in the ground and when you get it out is really long, you might actually lose money in the long run. So it's really important to compress that timeline. It's important to our employees and our investors alike, which are bondholders and stakeholders in our company. And so we've done that really effectively right out of the gates. And that's ultimately why we put a best-in-class team together in the field, because when Phoenix sets out to do something, we want to be the best at what we do. Being average was never an acceptable outcome for any of our partners, and we've been able to demonstrate so far with actual evidence and not just fluffy talk that we can actually back that up and deliver results that are important to our employees and our bondholders alike. And these kind of results consistently, as long as we can repeat them, which we believe very confidently we can, will continue to deliver stable returns to our investors, which is ultimately our goal. There's people that have entrusted us with a very large sum of money, and it's our job to be a good steward of that capital and benefit them and our employees. And we definitely approach Phoenix like a family. We don't have big private equity influence. We don't have Wall Street influence. And that's an important part of our journey. We're trying to keep as much of the pie to the men and women that are out here working as possible. And we want to bring investors directly into that mix too. We're sitting here today on our second pad, on the young pad, and we're already able to demonstrate thus far that we're not only doing it again, and hopefully we're going to do it a third time. We have a drilling rig a few miles away on the Nate pad. So that'll be our third operation. We're looking to continue that track record of success. That's our thesis in business, is to compound our results.
I like the idea of being creative. Like I said, I like making a living with my hands and being able to build some of the things that Adam allows me to be creative in what I do. I have a very specific way that I like to run facilities and a couple of brand new ideas that nobody had tried on wellheads, and we're using them here and being very successful. We were able to save right about just over $1 million on the first pad with the new flowback techniques that we're using. So I'm very excited to be able to put some of these ideas into practice and then see the success.
And those are really important ideas. Just want to reiterate that with our bondholders. When we take your capital, that's the most important thing we're challenged with, is how do we manage that safely and effectively and deliver the returns we've promised them contractually. And Chris is always coming up with ideas to ensure we can do things more cost effective, that don't increase our risk, that don't make the operation more unsafe, but add to the bottom line. And that's where a company like Phoenix can add a lot of value, because we don't have a lot of red tape. There's not layers and layers of managers we need to go through to get approval to do things that pass the common sense sniff test. We have one conversation and we execute. And that's an important story for our bondholders to hear. And we can demonstrate that in numerous other aspects of our business as well. And that's just one area where we're trying to be incredibly efficient to maximize our value and the value we give to our bondholders.